Takes a few minutes for people to come into the lives. What you doing, Ginger? Say hi. You want to say hi, my love? You want to say hi? You don't have to if you don't want to. She's out here trying to find some agates on Kellogg Beach over here in Crescent City, California. You guys been there? What do you guys know about catching agates, or catching agates, finding agates, man? She has the hardest time. This is supposed to be Agate Beach, you know? Well, I think she found a big ass one like this big. What's up, J Funk? How you doing? Where are you at? We're in Northern California right now. Just want to show you guys around a little bit. You don't have to say anything. I probably won't say a whole bunch. Maybe I will. Who knows? This is mainly just to kind of give you guys something beautiful to look at this morning. Well, this afternoon, I guess. I'm gonna try to get her away from you so she can stop wrapping you up. A freaking dog keeps wrapping up my woman all up in the leash. Yep. Kellogg Beach. Crescent City, California. Hey, stop chewing on that, girl. You have to chew a chain leash. Hey, 12 people. Hope you're having a great day on purpose. What's up, Ginger? You want to say hi? Come here, little girl. Say hi. Say hi. That's Ginger. That's my little seizure girl. ITMC Gamer. How you doing? Got my ladies out here trying to find agates. Whoa. And my dog's trying to do everything she can to get out there to her. That freaking dog loves her so much. This is the first time I ever done a live at the beach. Just like to get out here and do healthy stuff. It feels so good to get out and just do healthy things. I spent most of my life pretty much doing unhealthy stuff. A lot of drinking and smoking. Not enough just spending time in fresh air and healthy environments, you know. I'm very grateful from where I am. I'm very grateful for where my life is now. And I'm trying to appreciate it. Well, I'm not trying to appreciate it. I am appreciating it. I think starting this YouTube channel has been super, super helpful. It's helped me stay really creative. I quit drinking alcohol for good about 8 months ago. And I'd always had so much trouble staying away from it my whole life. But this YouTube channel and being creative and stuff like that and talking with people across the world and shit like that, that's been really, really helpful. And it's been really cool too. There's a lot of really fantastic people across the world. There's a lot of shitheads too. But there's a lot of really fantastic people across the world that are real supportive. And there's a lot of people out there really trying to do good things. Kind of sucks that, you know, most of what we see is probably just a small percentage of, you know, how people really are. I feel like we're always shown people like fighting with each other all the time, and, you know, the most idiot version of whatever the opposite version of us is, you know. But there's a lot of people out there that are really sincere and who are really trying to do good things. Not everybody's trying to scam everybody or fuck everybody off and stuff like that, you know. But I'm just trying to focus on more healthy things, more positive things. Trying to connect with people across the world in this alcohol recovery space. Look at this freaking dog, man. She's so excited, but she just wants to... Oh, okay. I guess there goes the harness. You gonna put that back on her? Little nutcase. Don't lose your rocks, okay. That's my girl Carrie right there. That's my fiancée. We're actually getting married here on the 15th of August. Kindest woman in the world. No, you're kinder than the dog. Go. All right, girl, let's go. Let's go walk around, give mom some space. Wrapping her up. Come on, girl, come. I gotta go take her walking around a little bit. She'll just wrap up my woman's feet. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, pretty much, all I was saying is that I'm purposefully trying to focus on positivity these days. I didn't realize just how much negative influences I had in my life. And not only am I trying to focus on absorbing more positive things, I'm trying to be, I am being a more positive and healthy person. That's what I was saying. I quit drinking for good about 8 months ago, right? And, I'm getting ready to get married. I have, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I always had this life that I pictured that I wanted to have, right? And I'm going to say that the way that my mind was before, it always seemed like it was just like some dream. And I was never really going to have the people in my life that I want and the things that I want and things like that, right? That was a pretty negative filter to look at the world through. But I met somebody, I met her, and she was really kind. And I'd never been with anybody that was kind before, which is kind of a pathetic thing to say. But because of her kindness, I wanted to be a better guy. I never did anything bad towards her, but I was just living a really unhealthy lifestyle. Drinking a lot, smoking a lot of weed. I still smoke some weed, but I quit the drinking completely. And when I quit the drinking completely, I started valuing myself a little bit more. And because I started valuing myself more, I started paying attention, the way that I ate and, my anger and shit and the way that I thought. And I was a bit disappointed with myself, actually. And so I went to work on changing those things. And in the process, I realized I really like doing YouTube. Being creative has helped me stay alcohol-free. And I'm just thankful. So I guess I just spend most of my life just expressing my gratitude, I'm very grateful for the life that I have now. I should have been grateful for the life that I had, but I wasn't. That's the truth of the matter. I kind of like that nobody watches the lives, because then you can kind of just ramble. When I'm doing videos, I want to ramble, but you want to kind of keep it concise and on point. This way I could just talk however. It would be kind of cool if some of the people that were subscribers to the channel, well, they didn't know that I was going to go live, but if they were popped in here, that'd be kind of cool. But I don't really do these lives so much I'll definitely talk with people, but I mostly just want to just kind of show where I'm at these days. And my life has changed a lot. It's changed a lot. For the positive, man. For the positive. Anybody ever been to Kellogg Beach in Northern California? That's where I'm at right now. If you know where Crescent City, California is, that's where I'm at right now. My buddy, I got a buddy over there in Ireland. His name is DB. I think his handle is at East Coast Cooler. And he's always doing these little shorts, being at the beach in Ireland. And I thought to myself, I was like, man, I should start to show a little bit of Southern Oregon, Northern California, because it's beautiful over here. I guess I just didn't want to share too much about myself. And I kind of got over that. I was like, what is anybody going to do? Like, come find me? I don't have enemies with anybody, so. Unless some weirdo, I guess, just decided to take it upon themselves just to be a weirdo for no reason, but that's what weirdos do, so. But I thought maybe I'd start to show a little bit more of my personal life. If anybody was interested, right? Not that anybody's interested. But just what life is like for a guy, and 41-year-old guy, Southern Oregon, Northern California, who owns a little painting company. I own a small little painting company where I paint houses. And quit drinking about 8 months ago. That's been kind of a trip. Especially, I drank most of my life. Almost every day after work. Almost every evening I drank. So it was kind of weird. Just not. Found myself with a lot of free time. A lot of free space in my head. A lot of new emotions I didn't quite know what to do with. I just went straight to doing push-ups. Originally, I'd started a YouTube channel called The Push-Ups Channel, Mr. West. And every time I would feel triggered to drink, I would go do push-ups, and I would create a short. And so I have about 70, 80 little shorts of me just doing push-ups. Some people on that channel, I never told anybody that I was doing it because I was giving up drinking. I mostly just formatted it as discipline. I didn't want to tell everybody that I was trying to quit drinking. I didn't want to tell everybody. I wanted to prove something to myself, that I could actually stick with something healthy for a long period of time. So every single time I would feel like drinking, I'd go out on my back porch and I would do push-ups. I'd create a little short and I'd post it on my YouTube channel. That channel now is called On Purpose, OG Mr. West. You can go over there. You can see me doing push-ups, man. And I did that for about a year. I didn't quit drinking when I first started those. The idea was in my head. I quit about 8 months ago. Best thing I ever did. Best thing for my health and for my family and my relationships and everything, man. And so after, when I decided to quit for good, I decided to start this YouTube channel. And what I wanted to do was just connect with other people who were quitting drinking and build a community. And nowadays I'm trying to create videos for the alcoholic, especially the recovered alcoholic. There's a lot of videos out there for people who are just starting to quit drinking, which were very helpful for me when I first started. But quitting is really just the initial. The rest of the time, you're just going to be maintaining. And so I wanted to create videos for the person who quit and who continues to maintain. I wanted to acknowledge those people. And also wanted to show people who were thinking about quitting drinking and things like that, life is only as boring as you make it. Only boring people are bored, right? I used to think that quitting drinking was going to be super boring. And it would be. It would be if I focused on the wrong things. I learned to not so much focus on sobriety itself. I learned that focusing on building a life around healthy decisions and things like that, being sober, is kind of a byproduct. I focused on, being the best boyfriend I could be. I'm fiancé now. I'm getting ready to get married here on August 15th. But I focused on how do I be the best boyfriend I can be? How can I be the best fiancé? How can I be the best father, best business owner? And I started looking at my future self, like nighttime. Sorry, I'm trying to unwrap my dog. She's all wrapped up in her freaking thing. Anyways, at nighttime, I started thinking about morning time, Mr. West, right? And I started thinking, my future self is the guy who gets up and goes and runs the company, does the workouts, focuses on being a good man, good father, all that kind of shit, right? That I started looking at my future self as someone that I valued, someone that I worked for. Like, I look at my future self as someone that I'm a personal assistant to. So at night time, I'll make coffee and shit like that for the future version of myself. I'll lay my clothes out. I'm basically like treating myself as someone that actually matters, which was a hard fucking thing to do. When you're most of your life, like for me. Sorry, my dog keeps getting wrapped up in her freaking cord. She wants to go over to my woman so bad right there. This dog loves her so much. But anyway, I forget what I was saying. Yeah, I'm going to start doing these lives, I think, like therapy. I was saying I wanted to build a community and things like that. I got great friends over in the UK. I got friends in Australia. I've built a really cool community with people. Shout out to my buddy DB. His @ handle is @ East Coast Cooler. He lives on the East Coast of Ireland. East meets. He always says East meets West. I'm Mr. West. He's East Coast Cooler. But he's a cool guy, real sincere. I like his channel. I like DB because he's a very sincere, recovered alcoholic. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, DB, but I think that you've been kind of teetering on the idea of possibly going back to drinking. Hopefully that's not true, because after hearing what you've said about when you used to drink, sounds like a bad idea. But he's a real sincere guy. He gives you the perspective of a person recovering from alcoholic through the lens of somebody with autism, which is something I never thought about before, ever. Quitting drinking and getting sober is kind of hard enough for the average feller. But to have autism on top of that, his perspective and watching his channel is super interesting, because I just would never have thought about that. Another guy I like, named Bryn Lee. Bryn Lee is cool. He's and the people that I'm talking about, by the way, they're in the sobriety space, alcohol-free content, shit like that, right? Bryn Lee, I find his the most enjoyable to watch. I'm probably most similar to me in where we are in recovery, and it sounds like the way that we drank and things like that, we're probably more similar. I don't think I was the most hopeless alcoholic in the world. I was just, and even when I quit, I was still in pretty good shape. My mind was, still intact. So I always feel like I'm one of the lucky people who quit at 41, and I still have all of my faculties, and I'm still in really good shape. It sure did weather my skin, though. I sure look old. But I like Bryn Lee. He walks around like I'm doing right now, and he just talks about what's on his mind that day, and the way that he talks, I think he's Scottish, so he's got that Scottish dialect and shit, real smooth to listen to. He's my favorite guy to listen to as far as alcohol recovery goes. I don't know a lot about some of the other people. I've got a lot from the UK that come onto my channel. I think that's probably because I made a video once about a guy named Rick from Sober Start, and he's out of the UK, and I think because he has a larger subscriber base, and because when I spoke about him, I was kind of harsh on him. I kind of put foot to ass a little bit. I followed it up with love. I mean, I definitely didn't mean any real disrespect. And I know that he didn't take it that way because he commented back to me. We've had a little bit of correspondence back and forth. But, you know, I get a lot of people from the UK because I made that video on him. He, you know, Rick is kind of a trip. Because he's an alcoholic, right? My heart will always go out to him. And I will always hope that he gets his head on straight. It is unfortunate. But, you know, everybody's alcoholism is different. Like, I can remember times when I was younger where I was, and I don't mean no disrespect, Rick, when I say this, but like, you're kind of in a pathetic state right now, right? And I can say that there was a time when I was in a pathetic state. Sorry, I'm trying to fix this. I'm not trying to close up. Yeah, I tried to sit down for a second so that my dog would. Come on. Anyways, what I was saying about with Rick and myself, I remember times. Yeah, we're gonna start walking back to get out of here. But I can remember times when I was in a pathetic state. A lot of times when I was deep in my alcoholism and shit. Times when I never showed anyone. And I certainly wouldn't have filmed it. Sorry, my girl was walking towards me and I was trying to finish that thought before. Here, I'm gonna give you, can you hold her or do you need your hands? She wants you a lot. I'm finishing this up here. There you go. And I am gonna look at your rocks and stuff. Anyways, I certainly wouldn't have recorded myself when I was in my most pathetic state. So it is, and he kind of like presents it as, you know, I want to be truthful, and I want to document the process as raw as it is. And for that, I can say that he's certainly done that. I mean, it's been ugly. It's been real ugly seeing the ups and downs of Rick. And I can't say that he's like unique. You know, a lot of people, if they're really, really honest, like even myself, right? I've presented a version of myself that is way more cleaned up than I was when I was in my darkest moments. And I feel like, and I'll tell you guys this too. One of the reasons why I started this channel is because I actually did used to go live a few times. And this was back when I was still drinking. And I went live while I was drunk about 3 or 4 times. And I'd watch those lives back the next day, just disgusted with myself, right? And so I don't know how Rick can make videos and I guess keep them posted. He's got something inside him that I don't have inside of me. I hope that whether or not he's playing a game or like all of these things that people say about him in the negative, if they are true, I just hope all in all that he's able to get sober so that he can address those things. But it's not for me to bag on him for that. And I certainly, when I made my video aimed at Rick, it was seeing a man struggling and tried to give some advice. I don't always come across the most sensitive, but I certainly wasn't trying to be no tough guy, and I definitely wasn't trying to attract all of his, I guess, ops, the people that don't like him, the people that oppose him. I certainly didn't want to attract them people over to my channel so that we can have some, kick Rick while he's down party and shit like that. I'm not a punk. I don't like that kind of stuff. I think that rat packing people and jumping on people in groups and shit like that is cowardly. I say what I say from me. I put my own face out here. I'll put the person in my thumbnail, and I'll also at the person so that they know that it came from me. When I made the video towards Rick, he responded on my video. Thank you, I appreciate that, blah, blah, blah. He knew I wasn't trying to disrespect him. Even if I did disrespect him, it wasn't intentional. It was tough love. We don't always need to be fucking coddled. A lot of our problem is that we do have people around us that do care, and they fucking coddle us. And I don't have that, but I've seen it a lot of times. They'll coddle people, and people will just take advantage of their love and care towards them. And I think it's bullshit. I got a lot to say. Maybe we'll do some more lives. I've enjoyed this, but my girl's over here carrying rocks and holding the dog and all this stuff, and I'm just holding some camera, so I look like a dickhead. So I'm gonna come over here and help her out. That's what I found. That's what I was telling you. I found one of these. It had a lot more shells and stuff. This is kind of cool. Had a whole bunch of shells and stuff. It looked like freaking fossils.
I wasn't gonna keep it because it's heavy, but
yeah, I can carry it. Do those rocks not fit in your pocket?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got a lot going on over here.
I got $4 sand.
$4 sand dollars? Cool.
Yeah.
Show the people. Yeah.
This one is pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's agate.
And that's really pretty right there. Look at that one. That was really pretty. That's my girl. That's my fiance. That's what I was telling you about. Yeah, she's over here carrying all this heavy shit, and I'm just walking down the beach talking to you guys like a chump. Some real man's gonna come by and be like, "You want me to carry that for you, girl?"
Happened before.
Has that happened before? Yeah, this was a good idea to do the live, because then I could just bullshit. When you're doing videos, you kind of want to try to stay on topic,
Yeah.
But if I could do it like this, it's just kind of like therapy and just bullshitting. And if I wanted to, I could cut out the things that I don't like or whatever. But
Do you have a lot of friends?
no, there's only about there's only nobody's watching now.
Oh.
There was 35 people for a short period there. 5 likes.
Yeah.
It's more helpful if you kind of let people know you're going to go live.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I wasn't really expecting to do it, but I should. This was I actually enjoyed this a lot more than making a video.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to get feedback in real time.
Exactly. Yeah, if there's anything that she can get a hold of, she will. She ain't go. Yep. Nope, this is living the good life, you guys. Good, healthy life. Got myself a good partner, someone good to do life with. You get someone nice like that, someone kind like that, then you want to appreciate them. I want to appreciate her. Cool thing is, she never asked me to change nothing about myself. That's the thing. She's so kind in the way that she is, it just made me want to show her honor and change things about myself that I feel like I could change, Not like I thought I was some sort of piece of shit or nothing like that. Nothing like that. But when you appreciate something, well, if you're a person like me, you know, I always feel like I owe someone if they're kind to me. And so I feel like I owe her. She's been good to me. Greetings from Finland. We got Cassie Katonen. Man, I'm probably messing your name up, and I do apologize, Cassie. But greetings from, we're in Northern California right now, but we're from Southern Oregon. So greetings, glad to have you here. This is why I wanted to do this kind of stuff. I like making connections across the world. That's a cool thing to say. Yeah, I got friends across the world. I might only have 3 or 4, but I don't have to tell people that. I can just say it like I got hundreds of them. I got friends across the world. Oh yeah, OG Mr. West has friends across the world. You know, this is how I roll. I like to talk about myself like I'm a big deal. What we got here? It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I don't want to step on it. Somebody took a lot of time to do that. When I was a kid, I would have saw something like that and like looked around and then jumped in it. Messed it up for no reason.
I would have added to it.
Yeah. Sounded like you were a better kid than I was. I was a little son of a bitch. That kid's already in the water. Sheesh. A little too chilly for me to do that.
The water's actually not that bad.
I'm not just always just sitting on my porch talking shit. And I don't just wear painter clothes all the time. Sometimes I change my clothes. Boy, that dog's gonna be tired. She gonna sleep good.
I think I have her water bottle in the car. I'll give her some when we get back.
Cool.
She looks like she's on a Is that where we came in?
I think so. The damn beach is so big, we don't even know where the hell we came in at. Just sandy for miles. What is that thing over there?
Oh, that where we came in?
Yeah, probably. We'll find it if we go out this way. We'll figure it out, that's for sure. There's this thing over here. Let's go take a look at this damn thing. The N&N restaurant. All right, check it out. Got some N+N restaurant. Got some crab. There's a rock that says food on. There's another rock that says. Yeah. So if you want to go to N&N restaurants, you got to come down here to Kellogg Beach in Crescent City, and you can have some rocks and crabs. You don't have to have them mixed together though. Boy, this seems a lot more steep than I remember coming in. At least I'm not carrying a bunch of rocks like a crazy person. Just one big ass rock. Oh, I want to, shout out to my brother, Broduk UK. You're always doing these outside videos and shit. I really should get back to doing that, man. You're always showing how beautiful it is over there in Nottingham and shit like that. I'd kind of like to see what Poland looks like. You said you're Polish. But yeah, shout out to you, Brody UK. Shout out to you, DB at East Coast Cooler. And shout out Journey of Rip. You're kicking ass, Rip. Proud of you. Bryn Lee, shout out to you, big dog. I enjoy your channel more than everybody's. Well, I mean, almost as much as I enjoy my own channel. Rick, get your big ass sober, man. Get back to being in shape. Quit being the butt of everybody's jokes, fool. You're better than that. You put yourself out here online, so, you know, this is Alcoholics Public, no? The same rules don't apply. Put yourself out here, people are going to critique you and make fun of you. But also handle your business, man. They can give you kudos too, man. You can tell a story really well. And you're very, very articulate, man. That's power right there. You're dangerous. You could be dangerous, you know. Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you guys all go. We are getting ready to get the hell out of here. And one last look at the beautiful scenery. I'm not going to show you my car. I don't need you weirdos looking at my license plate trying to figure out how you can get some time with Mr. West. I'm playing. No, thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure. Show you this long road we got to go down and get the hell out of here. So, anyways, love you guys. Thanks for being here. Have a great rest of your day on Purposeful. God bless you. I'm out of here.